you're talking about giving a black boy who doesn't understand finances a whole bunch of money. And now everybody's like this. Give me, give me, give me, give me.
Right.
So I stayed away from folks. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying just everybody. I was local. So I was still in Washington. I'm from Maryland. So I hung with my people. So if you knew me from third grade, I'm still Lord Darnerian from around the corner. I wasn't no different just because I could catch a football and now I'm on TV on Sundays. I still showed up after the game in the Volvo. Hey, cuz, where we going for the party tonight? And I would grab my whole crew and whoever else wanted to come. But now they also knew that you better make sure you got money for the door because that wasn't what I was going to do. Now, if they're going to let us in because you with me, cool. But make sure you got your money because I'm not sitting there paying for everybody to come through the door.
Right.
That's not how we was raised. Because before I got the money, you know how we got in? Hey, dog, you got $5? Let me borrow $5. And I got you next week.
Right.
So now I got the money. I'm not changing. But like I said, now you're dealing with people who know more than you. You're dealing with grown men who've been in the business. You don't know if they shiesty or if they legit. You know, that's the hard part. I think I could say I only met one guy. No, Rich Cotter, Eric, two. Two that no matter what they said, they live by their word. And if I looked like I was about to do something I shouldn't be doing, they wouldn't tell me not to do it. They would tell me to think. And that was a perfect trigger for me because my third grade teacher always told me to think. So if you told me, hey, Darnerian, man, I think you need to think about that situation. You know, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but you need to think. And when they would do that, and I'm like, okay, if you're telling me to think, that means I'm about to walk into something I probably shouldn't. You know, but like I said, when you don't know, you don't know. So you can put yourself in a bad situation, like you see guys get robbed, and they didn't do anything, you know, to get robbed. You know, I was robbed several times. I lost a lot of money dealing with people who saying, oh, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Oh, you thinking it's a legit because it's business, but we don't know. Now, white-collar crimes go untouched. Nobody speaks about that on athletes either. When you say, okay, I'm going to work with McCants, we're going to do this, and you're signing your name on paper to do business, and they walking away, and, you know, like, I mean, checks out and wrote, like, hold on, I paid you for your service. Now, when I go call the lawyers, well, it's going to cost this much just to retain me, and then you probably won't even get your money back. So what's the point? See, and they don't tell you about that a lawyer, you got to pay a lawyer for a lawyer to tell you that you can't get your money back.
Right.
Huh? You know, so after that, you know, that's going into the business. Now, leaving the business, like I said, I can say I went through a depression phase. I didn't know what I was going to do. Only thing I ever did was play sports and read books. That's the only two things I've ever done. Even my so-called jobs I had, I was playing sports. I worked at a sports club. I was always an athlete. I was always around sports. Always. So for me, it transitioned into personal training, unbeknownst to me. So for my situation was after I was finished playing, I didn't know my career was over because I'm still working out. I'm still in the gym. I'm still people seeing me. And one of my guys, he, you know, at the weight room, he was from New York. And, you know, he was a gangster. He was like, look here, man. I moved from the Bronx to come down here so my son will live a better life. But I'm from the street. My son can play ball. I want you to check him out. And, you know, you tell me if you can help him, you know what I mean? I'll help you to pay you, you know, whatever you ask me to pay you. And they'll have you, like I said, I'm just done playing. So I don't need no money. So I'm like, man, I'll take care of him, man. Just tell him come out here and we'll work. So for the whole summer, I worked with about 13 kids. And then come the end of football season, I'm still hanging. I think I might have had 1 or 2 tryouts. I think I just might have left Baltimore training camp. And then he was like, hey, man, you know, you going to do that camp again? And I'm like, what camp? I was out there playing. I was out there doing what we did when we grew up. Hey, dog, throw the ball up. But now I had information that I could teach him. All right, now you got to do it like this. You want to play receiver, man? You got to do this. You got to work on that. You know what I mean? And I was just telling them all information that I knew. And that made them better. I can't even say we were doing any drills. I would go out there 2 and 3 hours because I ain't had nothing else to do. I'm out there hanging out with kids. I'm like, hey, they like football. I like football. I'm just listening to them, talking to them. You know, it was like I was a kid again. You know, I'm one too far removed from them. You know, like I said, they was high school. I'm what, maybe 10 years older than them. You know, so really not that far removed. You know, so it was just like, you know, then they made that phone call and I'm like, hold on. And I found out how to make a business. So I started my business off Pro Power Performance and I strictly trained kids. And then eventually the parents seeing what I was doing, hey, do you train adults? I was like, I can, it ain't no different. It's just a matter of, you know, obviously abilities. And then of course I got certified, started understanding that I can't kill everybody. People ain't gonna work out like I work out. So, you know, that was probably the biggest learning curve. I'm like, you tired already? That was only the warm up. So I had to realize, you know, when you yourself, you know, people see you, but you can't see yourself.
Right.
So I never knew how hard I worked or what I actually was doing. I just knew, like I said, I would work out till I passed out or I work out till I couldn't give you no more because that's what I was taught. So now when I have a regular person, I'm like, oh, I got to scale back. And then, you know, then I started to see, okay, now I got to give them this and I got to give it to them in phases. Now, you know, so I had to learn how to, I built my own philosophy off myself, basically. And now where I am now is now to what your point is, I'm in the education world. And, you know, a sports world, it ain't no, well, I'm going to send you an email or we're going to talk nice to each other. I'm going to tell you what it is right now because we got to get the job done.
Yes.
It ain't personal. It's not personal because we have to win. So I can't sit there and beat around the bush. So what I was told is I don't have tact. And I was like, I don't even know what that word means, but I'm going to find out.